morning everyone. Welcome to our channel Jupiter Study Point. Today we are here with one other important topic in network, that is delta star transformation. I hope you would like this video, so please like and subscribe this channel for getting more and more information toward related to network and analysis and theory. So let us start our topic today, that is delta star transformation. So let us start. So first of all we will discuss about what is the basics of delta and star. So let's start our topic, that is basics of delta and star. So how to convert a delta into star, or how to convert a star into delta, so it is discussed in this topics. So first of all we'll draw what is delta. Delta is all about, so if we talk about delta, it is in form of a closed circuit. This is point A, this is point B, and this one is C, having the resistance R1, R2, R3. This circuit is known as your delta or mesh. Delta or mesh. So this circuit is known as delta or mesh because it is in form of a closed circuit, and that's why it is known as delta or mesh. It is in form of a delta, so that's why it is known as delta circuit. Now what is star circuit? So the star circuit is in form of star, so we'll draw what is in star circuit. So let us see what is in star circuit. So star circuit is this one in the form of two resistance, and there is another resistance having, so this is having a resistance R1, this is having resistance R2, and this is having a resistance R3. So this is in form of A, this point is B, and this point is C. So it is known as star circuit because it is in form of a star having the resistance R1, R2, R3. So this is known as star, and this is known our delta. So delta star, it is in form of delta and it is in form of star, so that's why we assign the name of both these circuit as delta and star. Now the main question, how to convert this delta circuit into star circuit, or how to convert this star circuit into delta circuit. So the main concept is how to convert this one to this one, that is delta to star, delta to star, and star to delta, star to delta. So how to convert this circuit from one form to another form we will discuss in. So the replacement of delta or mesh by an equivalent star system is known as delta star transformation. So in delta star transformation we transform one circuit into another circuit by transforming delta into star or star into delta, that is known as star delta transformation or delta star transformation. So how to solve this sort of problem in network analysis, this is very important. How to solve this? So let us draw another circuit, how to solve these sort of problems in network analysis. So we'll draw the circuit first. Here we'll draw a basic circuit containing star and delta in combined. So if I say this one is having delta, this is the three resistance having resistance, this one is having resistance R1, this one is having resistance R2, and there is another resistance R3, this one. So it is in form of delta. Now we'll draw inside star so that you can easily equate this sort of problem whenever it is arising in any competitive examination. So how to draw star? As already that this one is, we'll draw in form of star, and there is another point, this one. So this one is your resistance R1, this one is another resistance R2, and this one is another resistance R3, and we denote 3 points, that is first this point, this one is your second point, this one is your third point. Or we can say that this one is first is R12, this is 2 to 3 R23, and this is one R31. R12 is the resistance between first and second terminal, that is R12. This is one R23, the resistance between 2 and 3 terminal, and this one is R31, the resistance between third 3 and 1. Now how to find the value of star or delta? So we will calculate. So step by step we will solve each problem, each sequence, so that you can easily assess or easily know how to solve these sort of problems in the examination. Now we'll solve. First of all, we'll solve. Here we'll write star. How to find the value of star in these circumstances? Now we have to find the value of this star R1. So how to find it? We'll first of all write it R1, and now what we have to done, we'll focus on the opposite side of R1 resistance terminal. So if we see the opposite side of R1 terminal are this one terminal and this one terminal. As you already see that this R1 terminal has two opposite resistance, that is R12 and R31. So we will see the opposite resistance of this R1 terminal, that is R12 and R31. So we multiply both these resistance, that is R12 got multiplied by R31 upon summation of all outer resistance network, that is this one, summation of all outer resistance network, or summation of all resistance network that is in delta form. So we will combine all the outer resistance network, that is R31 plus R12 plus R23. So this is our resistance R1 of an star network. So in this way we will find R1 resistance of a star network. Similarly, if we want to find the resistance of R2, how will find R2? Now again, I has already said R2, we have to find this resistance R2. We will see the opposite side of this R2. So opposite side of this R2 is this one and this one. So we'll multiply both the sides, that is R23 got multiplied by R12, and the same phenomena, the summation of all outer network, R31 plus R12 plus R23. In the similar manner, how will able to find the resistance R3? If you want to find the resistance R3 similar way, we will look the opposite side. This terminal opposite side is this one and this one. This opposite is this one. So we will multiply that R31 got multiplied by R23, and summation of all the resistance outer network, R31, R12 and R23. So in this way we'll find the resistance of R1, R2, R3 in a star network. As you already see in this equation, as you already seen from this equation, what will you observe? You will observe that from this equation you will observe that the denominator remains same. The denominator remains same, that is the summation of all outer network. What are changing? That the numerator, and numerator is changing with respect to the resistance which we are taking. If you are taking R1, we will see the opposite resistance of R1, which are seen R12 and R31, and the denominator remains same for all the three equations. If you are seeing the R2, then we'll go for R23 and R12. In the similar way, if we are seeing for R3, we'll look around R23 and R31, and the summation of, and in denominator the summation of all the outer resistance. So this is the way where we find the star network in a complex circuit. Now, how to find in this network, how to find the outer network, that is delta network. Now, delta network, how to find the delta network, that is R12, R23 and all these outer resistance terminal. How to find it? This is find by a simple means, that is, if you want to find, let us find R12 first, this one R12. If we want to find the R12, how will we find it? R12. Now R12. So for finding the delta network, that is outer net R12, we'll consider this loop, this one, this terminal and this terminal, and it is terminated over this terminal. So we'll consider this one terminal, this triangle, or we can say this triangle, this first triangle. So in this first triangle R12, if we want to find the R12, what we'll find? R1 plus R2, in addition R1 plus R2 got added, plus we'll multiply this R1 plus R2, R1 multiplied by R2, upon in denomination we will write the remaining term, that is R3. So this is the way where we find R12. What we have done, we will consider that particular loop, that if you want to find R12, we'll apply this particular loop, and then we'll see what are the resistance of this loop contain, that is R12, R1 plus R2 summation, and then R1 and R2 got multiplied upon the remaining term, that is which is not in this loop, that is R3. In the similar way, how to find the value of R23? Now you will hear on this R23 we have to find. So we'll see this triangle. If we see this triangle or this loop, so R23, in R23 we have to find this one, R23. How to find this R23? R2 plus R3, this R2 plus R3, one we will do addition, and then again another time we will do multiplication. This R2 got multiplied by this R3, and what is not present over here, that is R1. So in the similar way, how to find the value of R31, this one. So we'll consider this triangle or this loop, R1 plus R3, R1 plus R3, first addition, and then we'll multiply these resistance. R1 got multiplied by this R3, and remaining which is left, that is R2, So this is the method by which we can find the delta network R12, R23, R31, that is outer network, and this is the required method from where we find the inner part of the network, that is R1, R2 and R3. So this is about star network, how to find the star network in a complex circuit, and this is about delta network, how to find a delta network in a complex circuit. So in this way we will able to find, or we will able to apply this concept over a network analysis problem. So this is all about star and delta network. Now we'll see the problem, how to apply this sort of conditions in problems. Now we'll see. So this is the question arises in IES, Indian Engineering Services examination in 2013, where Here in the delta equivalents of the below star connected circuit, ZQR is equal to. So here he has given star network and we have to find the equivalent circuit of ZQR. We have to find the QR. First of all, we will draw the circuit. Now for draw the circuit, first of all we draw the circuit so that you will able to understand what he is trying to say. So here this one 5 ohm is here, this terminal, and this terminal is P, and it is connected with another terminal having the resistance of 10 ohm, that is Q is 10 ohm. Now it is another again connected with another resistance of J10 ohm, J10 ohm, that is our terminal J10 ohm. So this is our star network given in the problem. Now what he is asking about find the equivalent resistance across this terminal. So we have to find the equivalent resistance. I will draw this so that you can easily understand what he is trying to say. He is saying that we how to find this resistance. This resistance, that is ZQR, is saying that the equivalent resistance across this Q and R, that is ZQR. What would be this value of the ZQR? How to find this ZQR? So he is asking about the, as already I said in previous slide, he is asking about delta connection, that is R12 or R23. So he is asking about ZQR, that is delta resistance. Now how to find the ZQR? As I already said that we have to find the outer resistance. We will see this ZQR, how this is enclosed in this loop. It is enclosed, or in this triangle this is enclosed. So we'll ZQR, we have to find ZQR. So we will see the resistance, which are the resistance occurring in this particular loop. So Z10 ohm, this resistance is occurring in this loop, Z10 ohm plus this 10 ohm. One term they will add, and at other instant of time they got multiplied, that is Z10 ohm got multiplied by this 10 ohm upon what is being left out, that is 5 ohm. This 5 ohm is being left out. So what we have tried, we have to find this ZQR by using star delta transformation. So we have to find ZQR. So we'll draw this ZQR, we'll apply this, we will see which loop is containing this loop. So we'll consider the resistance of each terminal in this loop, that is Z10N plus 10 ohm. Then we got then we multiply this resistance Z10, and that 10 ohm got multiplied, and the left is come at the denominator. So this is the main funda behind solving of this type of network. First of all, we have to add, and then we have to multiply, and the rest which we have left is kept in the denominator. Now if we solve this sort of problem, what we'll get? Now if we solve this Z10 plus 10 and this J10, that is J100 upon 5. Now if we take common this Z10 and Z100 ohm, what we will observe? Z10 plus 100 by 5 will take common from this point plus 10. Now if we cancel 5, 20, that is Z30 plus 10. So the answer is 10 plus Z30, that is option number D. So the option number D is the correct answer for this sort of problem that is arises in IES 2013. So this is the required answer for this particular problem, that is 10 plus Z30 or Z30 plus 10. Now we will see another problem so that you can easily apply how to find easily apply the star delta transformation. So this is the sort of problem. This is very important problem. You can apply this problem as its own, and it will help to immerse a new concept in basic network. and able to enhance your skills regarding the network theory. So let's start from this problem. So this problem stated that this is the form of this is in the form of bridge circuit. We have to find the equivalent resistance across x and y. But we have to find the equivalent resistance across x and y, that is rxy. This is the we have to find the equivalent resistance across this x and y. What is the equivalent resistance across this bridge circuit across x and y? So how to calculate this sort of problem? There are three rules which we have to apply while seeing such type of problems in your examination So what are these rules? First of all, what we have to try, first of all, we'll draw the circuit so that your half of the confusion got eliminated. So what we have to do, first of all, we'll draw the circuit. Now if I draw the circuit over here, now this circuit is having a point and this is connected to B point, and it is another connected to 2 ohm resistance. This is 2 ohm, and the A and B terminal has 4 ohm resistance, and this one is your 6 ohm. This is 6 ohm resistance, and in the 6 ohm, and there is another 10 ohm resistance, and there is another 10 ohm resistance, and there is another 14 ohm resistance. Now this is in the form of bridge circuit, and we have to find the equivalent resistance. This is in the form of bridge circuit, and we have to find the equivalent resistance. So this is our basic circuit, and this is our X terminal and Y terminal, as you already seen in the previous slide. That is X and Y terminal are being given, and we have to find the equivalent resistance, that is the resistance across X and Y, and these are 4 ohm resistance, 6 ohm resistance, 2 ohm, 10 ohm, 14 ohm. So this 4 ohm to 6 ohm. So this is a form of bridge circuit. Now first of all, what we will do, first of all, we'll try how to find this sort of problem. Step number first, if I say this one is P point and this one is Q point, this one is R point, and this one is S point. Now how to find this sort of problem? First of all, you have to check. Step number first, we have to find the equivalent resistance across and Y. First of all, check this bridge is balanced or not. If this bridge is balanced, half of the problem get eliminated. First of all, we check this bridge is balanced or not. For finding the bridge to be balanced, we have the condition for bridge balance. So for bridge balance, what we have, bridge balance condition is this P got multiplied by S and Q got multiplied by R. That is, this P got multiplied by this S and this Q got multiplied by this R. That is opposite resistance of each terminal. This P is opposite to S and this Q is opposite to R. So that is P got multiplied by S is equal to Q got multiplied by R. Now if we find the values, that is P having values 4 ohm and S is got multiplied by 14 ohm, 4 got multiplied by 14, and this Q is having resistance 6 ohm and this R is having resistance 10 ohm. Now if we calculate 14 4 is 56 and this one is your 60 ohm. So 56 is not equal to 60. So this 56 is not equal to 60. So we will say that this bridge is not balanced. So we will conclude that this bridge is not balanced. So this bridge is not balanced, that is balanced. So we'll not apply the simpler concept. If this bridge is balanced, then if 56 is equal to, if 56 and if there is 56 arises over in right hand side, then this bridge is balanced. But 60 is arising, that is both the condition are not satisfying. If this bridge is balanced, if this bridge is balanced, then we'll eliminate this 2 ohm resistance and we'll easily find the equivalent resistance across x and y by knowing by simply drawing the current and then summation this P and R in parallel with this Q and S. But this scenario is totally different over here because this bridge is not balanced. Now when the bridge is not balanced, how to find the equivalent resistance? That's come from changing this circuit into star network, so that the easy modification can be achieved. Now how to solve it? Now step number second. First of all, this is step number first. Now step number second. Step second. In step second, we have to change this network into a simplified equivalent network. So how to change? We'll consider this portion first. So this is in the form of delta. As you already see, the outer loop are being closed or enclosed. Now we'll change this loop into star network. So how to change this loop into star network? We'll first of all draw this network so that you can easily understand what I'm trying to say. So, and you will easily apply the concept which I have taught earlier. So what we'll do, we'll first of all draw the circuit, and this one is we are drawing the circuit, and here, and there is another terminal, that is 6 ohm. So this one is your 6 ohm, and this one is your 2 ohm, and this one is your 4 ohm. We'll mark the point first, A point, and this is our, what we'll say, this is our C point over here, and this is our C point, and this is our B point. So we have done, that is A point, B point and C point marked over here. Now we have to change, it is in form of delta, we have to change it in form of star. So how to change? As already I said that we have to change it in form of star. So we'll draw a star circuit over here so that you can easily understand. So this is a star circuit having resistance R1, R2 and R3. Now how to calculate these values? Let us see. Now first of all, you'll calculate R1. As I already said that R1 we have to find the star value, star R1 value. So this R1 opposite, we'll see the opposite terminal. 4 got multiplied by 6, and the summation of all outer resistance, 4 plus 6 plus 2, that is 4 plus 6 plus 2, that is 24 upon 12. 6, 4 plus 2, 12, that is 2 ohm. So R1 has the resistance of 2 ohm. In the similar manner, how to find R2? We'll see the opposite resistance, as already said in previous slides, that will show the opposite resistance of R2, that is 6 got multiplied by 2. 6 got multiplied by 2, we'll see the opposite resistance and multiply, and then summation of all outer resistance, that is 4 plus 6 plus 2, and this one is your 12, and this one is your again 12, and R2 is 1 ohm. And R3 is in the similar way. How to find the value of R3? This again 4 got multiplied, we again see the opposite resistance, the 4 got multiplied by 2, 4 got multiplied by 2 upon, in denomination the same term, outer resistance 4 plus 6 plus 2, 4 to the 8, and this 8 by 12. If we further solve it, 4 to the 8 and 2 by 3 ohm. So R3 have the resistance of 2 by 3 ohm. So we have calculated the star value of R1, R2, R3 of the individual resistance. Now we'll draw and find out the equation. Now we'll draw. We are having the value of R1, R2, R3. So we'll draw. How to draw it? That is the main concern. We are having the resistance R1, that is 2 ohm as it, and then one ohm is resistance over there, and then there is 2 by 3 ohm. 2 by 3 ohm. We mark the point. This one is A point, X point. We mark the point A point and X point here. A point or X point. This R1 which we have got, this R1 has the value of 2 ohm. So it has the value of 2 ohm and it is spread out into two components, that is R2 and R3, having the value of 1 ohm and 2 by 3 ohm. So we have draw over here having the value of 1 ohm and 2 by 3 ohm, and we mark the point C and B. These are the point. If you look at the previous slide, this A having the value of R1 having the value of 2 ohm, and this A is spread out into two components, that is R2 and R3, and this end at C terminal and this end at B terminal. So if you look at this slide, this A having resistance 2 ohm, so it is spread into two terminal, that is C terminal having the value of resistance 1 ohm and B terminal having resistance 2 by 3 ohm. So we have draw it in form of equivalent circuit, that this one comes here and is spread out into two components. This one come over here and spread out into two components, that is C component and B components, having the resistance 1 ohm and 2 by 3 ohm. So in this way we can make this circuit into simplified form. Now this C, now if you look at this terminals, this C point is connected to this D point having the resistance 14 ohm. Having the resistance, this C is connected to this D point having the resistance 14 ohm. So this C is connected to D resistance. This one is D resistance having the value of 14 ohm, and this B is connected to this D resistance having the value of 10 ohm. This B is connected to the D resistance having the value of 10 ohm. As you already seen in the previous slide, this B is connected to this D terminal having the value of 10 ohm. This C is connected to this D terminal having the value of 14 ohm. So it is in form of 14 ohm, 10 ohm. Now it is connected across a terminal Y. It is connected across a terminal, that is Y. So it is connected across this terminal, that is Y. Now we have to find the equivalent resistance across X and Y, this terminal from X and Y. Now look at this circuit. We have to find the equivalent resistance across X and Y, and this is the simplified circuit of this complex circuit network or this bridge circuit network. Now we have to find the equivalent resistance. Now from this here the current is started coming. Now the current is spread out in two components, this one and this one, let's say I1 and I2, and then it's combined with I. Now we'll apply the same concept over here, series parallel concept. Now we have to find the R equivalent resistance across X and Y terminal. Now here this 2 ohm, that is in series, 2 ohm plus this is in series with this 1 ohm and 14 ohm are again in series, because same current are going across this D resistance terminal. So this 1 ohm and this 14 ohm are in series, and this 2 by 3 ohm and 10 ohm is in parallel with this ohm. 2 by 3 plus 10. And when we'll again equivalent it, then it is in series with this 2 ohm resistance. So what we have done that this one is series with this equivalent series network. So this 1 and 14 ohm is in series, this 2 and 3 ohm, 2 by 3 ohm and 10 ohm are in series. Why these are in series? Because this 1 ohm and 14 ohm draw the same amount of current, whereas this 2 by 3 ohm and 10 ohm also draw the same amount of current. This 1 ohm and 14 ohm draw I1 current across this terminal. This 2 by 3 ohm and 10 ohm draw I2 current across this terminal. But these are in parallel with each other because the current is divided into two parts. So that's why they are in parallel with each other. So I have 1 plus 14 in parallel with 2 by 3 plus 10. Now if we solve this equation, that is 14 plus 1 15 is in parallel with 15 in parallel with, if you solve it, that is 2 plus 30 by 3 on square bracket, and then 2 plus this 15 is in parallel with this 32 by 3. This 32 by 3, if we solve it again, that is 2 plus 15 multiply by 32 by 3 and 15 plus 32 by 3. If again we solve it, that is 2, this 2 plus this come as 480 by 3, and in denominator 77, this 15 3 is 45 plus 32 77 by 3. Now this 3 and 3 got cancel out each other, and if we again solve it, this 2 plus 48 by 77. Now 2 plus 48 by 77, if you calculate, that value is 6.23. Now if you solve it, value is be 2 plus 6.23, that is 8.23. So the required answer of this particular problem is 8.323 ohm. So the equivalent resistance across X and Y is 8.3 ohm for this bridge circuit. I hope you enjoy this topic. I hope you enjoy this topic too much. Thank you for listening. So in this way we can solve star delta problem. I hope you like this video. So please like and subscribe this channel for the upcoming video. Thank you once again. Thank you very much. Thank you.